You two ready to give your order? Hayden approached the table as enough time had passed. Walk away and come back in a few minutes, Edgar said, without shifting his gaze from Alessandra. He needed her answer. Yes, sir. Hayden swung around to go back to where he had been standing before. I don't think you need my permission for you to love me, Alessandra softly gave her response. She was still trying to wrap her head around Edgar wanting to get rid of the contract. You know what I meant, Alessandra. I want you to love me back, or at least open your heart to loving me one day if you have not felt anything towards me yet. However, I don't think that is possible. You are willing to take off your mask for me soon because you feel something for me, and you are waiting for my reaction to know whether you should give up on what you are feeling, right? Edgar hit the nail on the head with his words. Alessandra began to answer, but then closed her mouth. She had never wanted to show anyone her face. So it was true, there was something she felt about Edgar being able to take that step. She started to like him just as he did with her, but she never expected the contract to be forgotten and everything to be made real. I don't know how to love someone, she admitted. Given her childhood, she didn't have too many experiences with love, and a good example of genuine love to know what it looked or felt like. You're talking to someone who has never felt anything towards a woman until now. It is something that we can figure out in the future. For now, we can continue as we are. Nothing has to change from this point besides our feelings, Edgar assured her. He wanted things to stay just as it was between the two of them. That can only happen if you are willing to give your heart to me. I will. Alessandra smiled, happy to start this new phase with Edgar. It is hard to believe I have your heart. Somehow you must have always had it without me even realizing it. I killed your father for you, almost tossed your stepmother out a window. You did what? Alessandra exclaimed, as this was news to her. I thought you just cut her face and told her to stop the rumors. Oops. Edgar patted his mouth. Alessandra was never supposed to find out about this. So, about your heart. He reached for her hand and tried to change the subject. Their conversation was going so well. Edgar, I am certain this is when you went to tell her to stop the rumors about me and Mario. Why did you almost toss her out a window? No lying. She gripped the hand he reached out to touch her with. Alessandra knew it most likely wasn't hurting him, but she wanted to show that she was serious. She annoyed me. Now can we go back to loving each other? He cheekily smiled. You! Alessandra palmed her face with her other hand. What am I going to do with you? I told you to love me. There's your answer, Edgar said, then waved his hand for their host to take their orders. Don't think about anything else. Just eat. Alessandra wanted to yell, how could she just eat when he left her with so much to think about? Out of all the men I could be tied to, I ended up with the one who keeps me on my toes. I suppose it isn't that bad, she concluded. Your drinks? Hayden said, placing 2 wine glasses on each side of the table. This is one of our best blends, almost 10 years old. It's a perfect start for your first time here. I have to warn the Duchess that it is a little... His voice slowly died down as he watched Alessandra take a big sip of the wine and smile. This tastes wonderful. Alessandra complimented the wine, then took another sip. Is there a way for us to buy this bottle? So it's paint, trips, and wine, Edgar thought. There were 3 interesting gifts to make Alessandra happy. Yes, you can. We have a shop inside where our customers can buy the wines they like. I will have this one wrapped up for you, Hayden said. He kept sneaking glances at the Duke to see if he was all right with his wife casually drinking the wine like a fish in water. Was it the Duke's intention to purposely get his wife drunk? What would you like to start off with tonight? Oh, great. Alessandra looked down at the card she forgot to take a look at. I'm sorry, I did not take a look at it. Please bring whatever you enjoy eating or what you think will suit us. Are you all right with that, Edgar? I am. Hayden smiled as he took up the cards, because the owner had ordered him to have the Duke and Duchess pick the most expensive meals. If he did that, he would be given a bonus. The Duchess had just made this easy for him to do. Excuse me once again, and enjoy your drinks. Why are you staring at me so much, Edgar? There are other things for you to look at, Alessandra said. She looked in another direction to escape his gaze. Now that Edgar had gotten rid of the contract, and there were no rules to create boundaries when it came to feelings, she felt there would be so much her little heart would not be able to handle. Why can't I look at my wife? Edgar asked. Do not become cheesy, Edgar. Never. That is the one thing you can never get me to be. I'm stuck in a place where I either have to look at Firefly decor or you. I've picked the more interesting one. Should we have left him to decide our food? What if fireflies are added to the food? Edgar decided to make her freak out. Alessandra turned back to face Edgar as she did not believe his words. That is not true. No one eats fireflies. The last place to start doing so should be here. We are meant to admire fireflies here, not eat them. I'm going to put those bugs in your shirt and hide the cream if you do not stop trying to mess with me. Here. Edgar held out his fork with bits and pieces of food for Alessandra to eat. Alessandra stared at the fork, then back up at Edgar. We ordered the same thing? There's no need for me to eat from your fork. The difference is you have eaten all of your food already, while my plate is still halfway. Take it. He pushed his plate towards her. No, you need to eat too. Alessandra pushed the plate back towards him. It wasn't like Edgar ate more food than she did today so that he would not be hungry. Alessandra, you're not going to win this game against me. Eat it. Edgar pushed back the plate. There is still a long way for us to go to fatten you up. Why does this sound like a wolf talking to the pig he wishes to eat? Alessandra muttered. You cannot force me to eat this, Edgar. Edgar leaned back in his chair and folded his arms. Then feed me, he said. Certainly not. You have two capable hands, and since you are perfect at everything, you should be able to use your feet. Edgar decided the best way to win this argument was to make Alessandra feel guilty. If you do not feed me, I will have him take back the food and a lot of money will go to waste. To his surprise, Alessandra did not fall for it. You are a wealthy man, Edgar. Not eating what remains on your plate is not a waste. Now is the time she picked to know how much money we have, Edgar thought. One for me, Edgar stated her win out loud. She didn't dare mention Edgar's points, as he had won against her many times. You should hurry up and eat before the dessert is brought out. No, thank you. I'm not in the mood to eat any more of this, Edgar replied, placing his right hand in the air for Hayden to come and take the food away. It's not too late for you to eat the rest of it. Give up. I am already full from my share. How much more weight do you intend for me to gain? My eating habits have changed, and I am certain I am now at a good weight. Aaron is making me a lot of dresses, and I intend to fit in them, said Alessandra. We can buy more as your size changes. No. I am going to stick to this weight and no longer try to gain more. Alfred already sends me too many snacks throughout the day. If you do not want the rest of your wine, I can drink it for you. Alessandra innocently smiled. I am honestly curious about your limit, Edgar said. Given the number of glasses she had tonight during the many plates of food they were given so far, she appeared to be very much sober. Should we buy a couple more bottles of wine and test out who will become drunk first? The winner gets the loser to do whatever they say for an hour. Alessandra considered joining this game as she had a high tolerance for drinking, Just as she was not affected by the wine, so was Edgar. The man was too perfect at everything for her to even think of winning. Besides, she already had an idea of the things Edgar would make her do for an hour. No, thank you. She decided not to join this game. Nothing sexual would be done in that hour, Edgar added to pull her into the game. He saw the potential fun they could have and found it to be a waste to let the moment go. We can enjoy drinking out in the backyard if there is no rain when we return. Alessandra tapped her fingers on the table, tempted to join the game, but there was still one issue. The grass will still be damp from the heavy rain we had earlier. Then we can have fun in our bedroom and open the window pointing out at the backyard. Don't tell me you aren't tempted to have control of me for an hour. I can do anything you desire. If you win, of course, said Edgar. Alessandra started to consider that the night had been fun with the two of them leaving home, and that seeing each other trying to hold back from becoming drunk would be fun. She wanted to know what Edgar was like when he felt the buzz of a drink. Even if she lost, he claimed nothing sexual would be used, so there was nothing to worry about. Fine. She finally gave in. Excellent. You've opened up your heart to me and then proposed a drinking game. How romantic. Alessandra shook her head. You should be glad you have a one-of-a-kind man who is creative with keeping the fire going between us, said Edgar. Hayden returned to the table with another worker by his side, who took away the plates they were previously using. He placed 2 new plates with slices of cake on them. These are popular among our customers. The first slice is a simple vanilla cake topped with cherries. Then there's the vanilla cake with lemon icing and a delicious chocolate cake with chocolate icing. Unlike many places, we have brought in someone from outside the kingdom to make our chocolate specialty. Enjoy. Alessandra stared at the 3 slices of cake and knew that she could not take one bite at that moment. Please, wrap these up for us and add 2 more bottles to the wine you are preparing for my wife. By the way, is it true you serve fireflies in the food? Edgar asked, then forced a smile after the table shook. Alessandra had kicked his foot under the table without thinking. After filling her stomach with so much food, the last thing she wanted to hear was she had eaten fireflies. She would not have felt sorry for kicking him if she were being honest. Do not answer him. Please wrap these up for me. Everything else was so good that I became full so quickly. I can't wait to go home and try the cakes. Well, normally the food does not get wrapped up and taken outside. The owner does not want anyone to sit around and steal our signature taste. But I suppose an exemption could be made for the 2 of you, Hayden said as he took the 2 plates back. Yes, because it's not like we came here disguised as customers when we planned to steal your ideas and start a business like this back home. Edgar looked up at Hayden and smiled. Hayden became frozen and started to contemplate if it was such a good idea to let them take the cake outside or leave at all. He's messing with you again. You know what? I think some room just opened up in my stomach, Alessandra said, taking her plate back from Hayden to ease his mind. The poor soul might not have quit after dealing with Edgar for more than an hour, but she was sure that whenever he heard of Edgar visiting in the future, he would take the night off to save his body from stress. Bless your heart, Duchess, Hayden told her, not only because she had saved him before he could fall into the Duke's trap, but also due to the fact she had to live with such a man. Alfred, were you waiting for us? Alessandra asked as Edgar helped her out of the carriage. After being away for more than 2 hours, they finally returned home. I always ensure the 2 of you have returned home safe and sound. Did you enjoy your time out, Duchess? Alfred sat up from the chair he had brought outside to sit on while he waited for the 2 of them to return home. Yes. Alfred, sometimes I hear you call Edgar without his title. You can do the same for me. You are more of a family member to him than a servant, so you are like that to me. Please call me Alessandra instead of Duchess, Alessandra requested. No can do. Alfred and I have a special relationship, so he gets to call me so casually. You cannot just... Very well, Alessandra. Alfred ignored Edgar and happily did as Alessandra wanted. I should... What is happening here? Alfred was about to head inside when he noticed Alessandra and Edgar were holding hands. Sure, there were many times he found the two touching each other, specifically Edgar touching Alessandra, but there was something odd about them tonight. What? Alessandra looked behind her and Edgar at the carriage moving off. Not there. Alfred used his finger to point at where they were holding hands. Did something good happen tonight? Of course, nothing gets by you, Alfred. I've given Alessandra my heart, and she has accepted, Edgar exclaimed. He quickly released Alessandra's hand and rushed to hold Alfred before his body could hit the ground. This is what I mean when I say you are too dramatic, Alfred. Alessandra blinked repeatedly, trying to process the fact that Alfred had fainted. Is he all right? She asked, and walked up to where Edgar had luckily caught Alfred. Edgar, is it honestly this bad that we are giving our hearts to each other? She didn't see why Alfred would faint just from learning she and Edgar were going to open their hearts to love one another. Don't mind him. Alfred is just being dramatic like always. Edgar flinched after Alfred had reached out and pinched his cheek. Is this the Edgar that I raised? Alfred asked. I'm going to drop you, you old fool. You almost scared the hell out of us, said Edgar. It is you, so why? Alfred looked up at Edgar while he lay in his arms. This had to be a dream, as Edgar couldn't have already opened that cold heart of his. Did I fall asleep while waiting for you? Edgar sighed, tempted to toss Alfred out of his arms for being ridiculous. He refrained from doing it, only due to how much he liked Alfred. Alfred, I should seriously open a theater and let you be an actor. I agree. Alessandra stooped down beside the two men. That fall was spectacular. That was a real fall, but thank you, Alfred muttered. So, you love each other now. You are not messing with me, Edgar? No, we're serious. Why are you doubting me? Because Alessandra is not as troublesome as you are. Oh! Alfred quickly sat upright, almost hitting Edgar's head. This calls for a celebration. We need some wine. The entire Collins estate needs to have a party to celebrate this. Why? Alessandra asked. Many of the workers have been there for years. We must celebrate Edgar finally opening up his heart. I have waited so long for him to love someone. I thought we all failed him. Edgar covered his mouth with his right hand as he held back tears. We? You're not my parent. Hush. Alessandra pinched Edgar's hand to shut him up. Just as it was an emotional moment when Edgar brought up getting rid of the contract, she understood why Alfred was starting to tear up. Alfred would have been by Edgar's side as he rejected the marriage offers his mother set up for him. As Alfred got older, it would be natural for him to worry about Edgar being alone when his time in this world would end. From the first day Alessandra walked into Edgar's home, it was evident Alfred wanted the two of them to be something more than what was written on the contract. The day Alfred had plotted for the two of them to use the tub at the same time, it was confirmed. I take it all back, Edgar announced, much to Alessandra and Alfred's dismay. You are acting like you are ready to move on from this life and leave me now that I have her. We should go back to the way things were before our date. I have no plans on leaving you, Edgar. I have already decided to raise your child just as I have raised you. As long as the world permits me to be healthy and alive, I will stay with you until your child has reached the age to marry, Alfred declared. You want to be that old and watch little versions of me? Do you honestly want to torture yourself? Edgar said, so Alfred could realize what he was getting himself in for. You could barely handle one of me in the past. No offense, Edgar, but with a mother like Alessandra, your children are not bound to be little devils like you were. I will make sure of it, Alfred said, as he would free the world of having to deal with many more Edgars. Wait, little versions, as in more than one? Do you wish for more than an heir now? Time for us to leave, Edgar said, taking Alessandra's hand to walk around Alfred before he could be dramatic again. They had a game he was patiently waiting to start, and he had no time to spare with Alfred.